marketing channel perspective, we need to have a good channel structure that can operate efficiently and effectively. So from there, when we have a good channel structure that are very efficient and effective, we will gain sustainable competitive advantage. And then from there, we will be different from others. One of the best example when we talk about the competitive advantage that gain by using channel structure is one classic example is Dell. Maybe you know the product Dell. It is actually first being introduced. When it was first introduced, it is a company what we call as a backyard company. It is introduced ataupun is managed by young graduates that selling the computers, when the way they do the business is quite different from others. They'll only sell the product when they receive the orders. So what they did, the customer need to make the order first. So they will give what are their specifications, apa dia pun nak. Let's say kalau nak laptop, laptop macam mana, size dia, apa dia punya processor, ataupun let's say if they want the desktop, mungkin dia punya apa, screen besar mana, all those will be requested by the customer. So by doing that kind of strategy, when the customer make the orders, then they will, from there they will purchase the product. Barulah dia akan beli barang-barang tu to make the product. So this is where the company, they are able to reduce the inventory cost. So dia tak ada kedai, not having, contoh dia jadikan tempat bisnes dia tu adalah at the home yang kita panggil backyard business. So customer make the order, barulah dia akan cari produk, dia akan combine everything and then make into a laptop ataupun a desktop. So this is where the company don't have to spend much money on the inventory. Dia tak perlu ada capital yang tinggi. And due to that, the company also giving the product as wanted by the customer. So it increase the satisfaction from the customers punya perspektif lah. Dia dapat apa yang dia nak. Harga pun macam yang dia nak. So from there, the product become sought after by the customer. Customer suka cara macam tu. And then they also offer the product price at a lower price. The product at a lower price, it makes that customer lagilah suka kan, dah lah dapat barang yang macam dia nak, and then price is slightly cheaper. And then daripada itulah product business tu berkembang. So it is because the way they choose the place, yang mana dia buat business tanpa perlu ada a big manufacture ataupun a big plant, ataupun dia tak perlu ada, they don't even have to, they don't need the store to sell the product. So kalau kita perlukan kedai, let's say we need to have a kiosk, we need to pay for rental, and then we need to pay for the electricity or the utilities. So it will cost a lot for the company. And then another advantage is that the company also don't have to hire for transportation, ataupun the company don't have to have a logistic department. What the company did is that the company have a strategic alliance with FedEx. So FedEx akan jadi the logistic partner dia, hantar barang. So that bila customer order the product, once the product already finished, semua dah ready, they will call the FedEx people. The FedEx person akan datang collect the product, and then within one day product tu dah sampai pada customer. So this is where company save a lot of cost without having to have the delivery guy, without having the lorry ataupun van untuk nak hantar. And then what most important, the cost of delivery selalunya it will be charged on the customer yang akan bayar delivery cost. So this is something that make product jadi laku, something people love it, and then the business getting bigger and bigger. And then another example that give the effective an efficient structure that cause people love the product adalah AirAsia. I think you guys semua tahu AirAsia adalah the first one that use the apa ni kita panggil online ticketing kat Malaysia. So sebenarnya kalau kat US dah ada Delta company, Virgin Air ada, tapi in Malaysia kita tak ada ataupun Asia tak ada. So masa AirAsia introduce that kind of system, it is more efficient and it is loved by the customer. It is because they give the convenience to the customer to choose whenever they want to buy. Previously, bila kita beli tiket kat Malaysia Airlines, we have to go to the agents. Kita kena pergi kat agent, kita kena beli tiket, kita kena bawa duit terus dah nak beli, and then selalunya kita kena tengok the office hour berapa dia. Contoh 8 to 5, and then within 8 to 5 kita nak kena beratur nak beli tiket ni, then normally we have to make immediate decision. But then when AirAsia introduced their online ticketing online business yang mana customer can make the choices, they can choose whenever they like. Nak tengok tiket price ni bila? Malam boleh, malam, siang boleh, whenever they are free. And then at the same time, the customer also have the freedom to make comparison. Contoh kalau dulu kita tak tahu harga sebenar berapa kan. Tapi sekarang by looking at the AirAsia punya website, kita dah tahu, oh tiket kalau pukul 7 harga macam ni, pukul 8 harga lain. Then hari ni murah, ada certain day mahal. So kita boleh pilih. So customer can make the comparison, and from there it give the benefit to the company. So the company gain the sustainable competitive advantage. Sampai sekarang pun masih lagi orang ingat, oh harga tiket kat AirAsia tu murah. So this is something that people look at sebagai it gives the competitive advantage to the company. So for company when they choose their channel strategy, they need to look at it. So kita kena pilih yang terbaik dan mana akan bagi benefit to the company. Okay, then we look at why do marketing channel exist. So channels are essentially set of interdependent organizations that act as team and operate on trust. So channels ni dia adalah interdependent. Kita kata kita ada manufacturer, we have the wholesaler, we have retailer. They are normally the interdependent company. Sometimes dia adalah milik orang lain-lain, tapi they are interdependent. They need to work together. But then how they work together? They need to work as a team, and it is due to trust. And kita ingat ada juga due to their ownership of a company, and sometimes because of contract. Kita panggil VMS. Kalau belajar dalam marketing kan, principles of marketing, kita ada VMS. So channel members work together to make sure that their objective achieved. So marketing channel exists because they balance the benefit of interacting directly with end user and its incremental cost. So this balance constantly shift, which means marketing channel are constantly changes. It is critical to understand the benefit that intermediaries in the channel provide to both upstream and downstream channel members. We call it service output. So kenapa channel exist ni? Kenapa marketing channel exist? It is because to help to make sure that we can make sure the product available, at the same time we able to minimize the cost. So kita nak make sure that the existence of marketing channel will make the product available, at the same time the product that available not too expensive. So it help the seller so that kalau mahal sangat nanti customer tak beli kan. And then kalau dia jual murah sangat mungkin tak dapat untung. So this is where the company as a manufacturer, they need to have the marketing channel. They need the wholesaler, they need retailer, and even sometimes they give the they allow the marketing channels, the wholesaler and retailer to gain the profit. It is because they do some tasks. Okay, so we look at the next one. So the benefits of downstream channel members, what are the benefits of having this wholesaler and retailer? So first, in search facilitation. Marketing channels with intermediaries arise partly because of they facilitate search. So intermediaries help both end user and sellers because end user need to find the product and sellers need to know exactly how to reach their target end user. So tugas utama contoh sebagai retailer and wholesaler, they are the one that help to sell the product. So normally retailer, they know who are the customer, the end user. And then sometimes for the manufacturer, takkan dia nak cari siapa nak beli barang. Ramai kan? So they need these intermediaries, they need the wholesaler and retailer to sell the product to the target user. So these intermediaries, wholesaler dengan retailer ni help the end user to get the product, and the seller, they help the seller ataupun manufacturer to make the product available untuk jual pada orang lain. So that's a search facilitation that help to get the customer. And then the wholesaler and retailer also do the function what we call as sorting. Sorting, this is independent intermediaries perform invaluable functions of sorting goods and resolving the natural discrepancy between the assortment of goods and services produced by a manufacturer and the assortment demanded by the end user. This arises when manufacturers produce a large quantity of a wide variety of goods. Intermediaries can sort out and break down heterogeneous supply into separate stocks that are relatively homogeneous. So apa maksud ni? Sorting ni maksudnya dia akan buat kecil-kecil, dia akan sortkan barang tu. What does it mean sort? So it means that mungkin manufacturer ni produce barang banyak, besar-besar, in bundle ataupun dia ada in bulk. So this wholesaler and retailer will reduce the amount. Dia akan break the bulk and then they will sort the product according to the need of the buyers. So contoh, manufacturers buat satu paket, dia jual satu, let's say dia jual satu tan untuk barang dia. So wholesaler akan ambil, dia akan repack. So dia akan repack, letakkan dalam bentuk yang lagi kecil. Ataupun bila dia repack tu, dia akan hantar dalam bentuk kecil tu, dia akan jual lagi pada retailer. Then retailer akan make it available untuk customer. So customer boleh beli barang tu dalam satu unit saja. Masa beli daripada manufacturer jual dalam, let's say tadi 1 tan. Sampai kat wholesaler repack, dia buatkan dalam bentuk mungkin ada one kita panggil carton, kita ada dozen, so dalam bentuk yang kecil. Tapi dia jual pada retailer. Bila sampai kat retailer akan kecilkan lagi. Yang ni kita panggil sebagai consumer lot. Dia jual dalam bentuk consumer lot as requested by the consumer. So contoh, kalau barang kita beli Vitagen. Vitagen mungkin dia jual dalam paket besar. Tapi bila sampai kat kedai runcit, kita boleh beli satu botol kecil-kecil. Bila kita nak beli, for example, when you want to buy Maggi instant noodle. Kalau kalau kita beli kat manufacturer akan letak banyak kan, besar. Tapi dia hantar kat retailer dah dalam bentuk kecil. Dan retailer akan jual satu paket, boleh beli satu paket. Okay, then this is what we call as they sort the product. And then another thing is that, let's say kita tengok contoh macam Yusof Tayub. Yusof Tayub adalah wholesaler untuk apa Yusof Tayub? Yusof Tayub jual apa? Kurma. So Yusof Tayub adalah wholesale untuk kurma. So dia beli barang kurma ni dari seluruh dunia. So they have daripada seluruh dunia ni sampai ke tempat dia, kat warehouse dia akan buat sorting. Okay, yang ni dinamakan Ajwa, yang ni dia put as a Safia, ada nama Medina, ada nama banyak nama lah kan. So dia letak dalam bentuk kecil-kecil. And then bila dia nak hantar pada retailer dalam assortment of goods yang mana as demanded by the buyer, siapa yang dia buat? Okay, mungkin retailer A minta 10 kilo 10 dozen Ajwa, 10 dozen Medina, 10 dozen Safia. So dia pun hantar ikut yang ni. Sampai pada kat retailer, barang-barang yang dah ada tadi 10 dozen semua. Then retailer akan buka. Dia akan pecahkan, dia jual satu kotak, buy kotak-kotak. So customer boleh beli satu kotak. Satu kotak tu mungkin dalam kan satu dozen ada 12. So dia buka, jadi sekarang ada 12. Customer boleh ambil satu-satu. So this is where customer boleh beli yang mana. Contoh dia nak customer beli satu kotak brand jenis Alia, dia ada Ajwa, dia ada Medina, dia ada Safia. So dia ambil 3. So yang ni kita panggil sebagai assortment. Ada pelbagaian. So customer boleh ambil ikut yang dia nak. So that's about sorting. So the downstream do the sorting to the sellers, at the same time do the sorting to the end user. End user dapat barang yang mana as they need. Okay, then even kalau certain places macam kat kampung or very rural area, contoh my husband dia mention, sebab my husband dia kerja Shell, dia sebagai auditor untuk Shell. So what he did dululah ni, dia pergi ke satu kawasan kat Kunak kat Sabah. So what surprised him was that dia tengok macam mana orang kat sana dia beli barang. Contoh untuk gula, kalau kita beli gula kat Semenanjung ataupun kat kawasan, normally kita beli gula sekilo kan. But then in those area, because the income level they are very low, and then orang pun susah nak dapat nak beli barang-barang ni, agak mahal harga dia. At the retail store, kat kedai runcit, dia orang tak jual gula ni sekilo. They put it into plastik. Ingat kan bekas plastik ice cream Malaysia tu. So dia letak dalam bekas tu. So that customer boleh beli dalam bentuk banyak tu je lah. So tak perlulah dia nak beli 1 kilo, sebab 1 kilo tu agak mahal untuk dia orang. So then dia pergi ke kedai, dia akan beli satu bekas ice cream tu satu. Dapatlah guna untuk 2-3 hari. So this is how the company ataupun the retailer help the customer get as what they want. So dia dapat dalam a small assortment. Kecil je dapat. Kadang beras pun tak belilah macam 1 kilo. Mungkin orang boleh beli satu cup saja. So they can get that. So this is a way that company try to make sure that the customer still can get and buy the product. Okay, then look at the benefit. Another benefit is about routinization of transaction. So each purchase transaction involve ordering, determining the valuation of, and paying for goods and services. So the buyer and sellers must agree on the amount, mode, and timing of payment, leads to efficiencies in execution of channel activities, and continuous replenishment program, what we call as CRP, remain an important element of efficient channel inventory management. So salah satu lagi benefit when we have the this channel where we can have the product routinization of transaction. Maknanya apa? Rutin. Akan ada keep on. When we do business, kita dah sebagai one team, produk tu memang akan selalu hantar. So di wholesaler tahu, di manufacturer ada produk ni. Produk ni akan dihantar ke daripada manufacturer pergi pada wholesaler, dan wholesaler akan hantar barang tu pada retailer. So from that, can say that they know when to order, when to send it. And then one of the best way adalah company selalunya ada dia punya software yang mana they work together, they link together. So salah satu adalah continuous replenishment program, CRP ni. CRP ni adalah satu software atau satu cara yang mana they work together. Bila barang ni macam low, the system akan reorder directly. So the retailer tak perlu kira pun ada berapa barang, dia dah tahu, sistem tu akan dah kira. Contoh kita pergi ke Giant. Bila kita pergi Giant, selalunya kita akan tengok dia scan each product that we purchase. So yang ni adalah dalam sistem dia dikira. Contoh di manufacturer and wholesaler dah hantar ke Giant. So contoh dia ada hantar barang ni contoh 10 dozen. So 10 dozen dalam satu hari customer ramai beli. So kalau nak kira one by one, it will be time consuming. So by having the system, whenever the product out from the store, kira tu dalam sistem tu akan letak low. Contoh kalau tinggal hanya 1 dozen. 1 dozen terus reorder for example. So jadi bila yang ni without the knowledge of the giant management, sistem ni akan terus reorder. So tak perlu ada sistem, kena orang pula kena key in, nak kena order. So from there, with the routinization of transaction, sistem ni akan work together. Dia akan terus je. Tak ada hantar, tak ada hantar. Tak ada perlu apa orang buat reorder. So this is, it helps in term of the product, kita panggil the product keep on. Tak adalah macam kita, we face the problem of no apa, out of stock. Stok tak ada, yang ni akan merugikan company. So by having routinization of transactions, it means that the product always available. So each purchase transaction involve ordering, determine the valuation of paying for the goods and services ni ada saja. So that it makes that our product will be available. So it is a very good situation ataupun very good condition for the company. So barang tu akan available to the customer. So customer boleh beli. Tak adalah nanti customer rasa tak naklah beli, barang asyik tak ada je. So this is something that company need to look at. Okay, then example over here. Cobweb Design. Cobweb Design is a high quality needlework design firm headquartered in Scotland and licenses needlework kits relating to the royal family, the National Trust for Scotland, etc. Its proprietor, Sally Scott Ayton, wanted to reach a larger market in the United States. Ayton sought retail placement in gift shop at major art museum and botanical garden. Gaining safe space in a gift shop of a museum like Smithsonian institution could enhance the company's sales reach. In short, the intermediary become the matchmaker that brings the buyer and seller together. So yang ni dia cerita example-nya sebagai when we have the product, kita kena ada satu tempat untuk kita nak intermediary untuk temukan our product with the buyer. So yang ni contoh yang untuk produk daripada Cobweb Design ni, this is when they daripada Scotland nak jual barang kat US. So dia letak barang dia kat art museum, kat Smithsonian institution. Kat Smithsonian ni tempat dia adalah galeri museum kan. So orang datang ramai kat situ. So customer boleh beli walaupun barang tu dari UK, kat Smithsonian ni ada. So dia jadi satu intermediary so that make people don't have to go to Scotland to get the product, but then they can get the product at that museum. Okay, then benefit to upstream channel members. Tadi benefit pada the wholesaler and retailer, but now to the manufacturers. By having the intermediaries, we can have fewer contact. Without channel intermediaries, every producer would have to interact with every potential buyer to create all possible market exchanges. So example over here, a small village, only 10 households trading among themselves, 45 transactions would be necessary to conduct decentralized exchanges that each production point means that we have to times 9 divided by 2, but if the village added a central market with own intermediary, it could reduce the complexity of this exchange system and facilitate transaction such that only 20 transactions would be required to carry out the decentralized exchange. So daripada tadi 10 kali 9 bagi 2, tapi sekarang ni kita 10 plus 10 dapat 20. So daripada 45 transaction, now we can just reduce it into 20. So contoh kat sini, when we have the manufacturers nak jual pada orang, retailers, dia ada 40 retailers. So company need to go to 40 contact lines. Tapi by the second way, when we have one wholesaler, kita ada intermediary. By having one intermediary, this is when the manufacturers akan letak semua barang dia kat wholesaler, and then wholesaler akan hantar pada retailer. So from there, all those 4 manufacturers put their product at wholesaler, wholesaler hantar pada retailers. Yang kita ada adalah 14 contact lines. So yang ni reduce. Daripada 40 sekarang ni contact lines kita 14. So it is more efficient. So company tak perlu pergi, manufacturer tak perlu pergi pada semua kedai. Dia tak perlu pergi pada retailer. dia hanya hantar pada wholesaler. Wholesaler yang akan buat kerja yang lain. Dia akan hantar pada retailer. So it save the manufacturer's time. Dan dia juga cost dia. So jadi semua tugas tu akan dibuat oleh wholesaler. Another situation yang 28 contact lines, this is when 4 manufacturers ni dia hantar pada 2 wholesaler. And then 2 wholesaler hantar pada retailers yang ada tadi. So from there kita boleh nampak 28 contact lines. Lagi banyaklah dia sebab kita yang ni dua wholesaler. So wholesaler pergi satu A, satu B, dia akan pergi pada one retailer yang sama. So dia akan double daripada 14 jadi 28. So it will give more difficult, banyak lagi tugas. Ataupun contoh lain sebagai without the intermediaries, kita sebagai kalau sebagai customer, we also will have the same situation. Yang ni lah, by having the intermediaries, kita save contact efficiency, kita panggil. So contact efficiency, this is where we reduce the number of contacts. Contoh, kalau kita nak buat sandwich, nak buat egg sandwich. So if you want to have egg sandwich, you need to have bread. Kita perlu ada maybe veggie, egg, and then maybe mayo. So hanya empat perkara yang kita perlu, nak buat simple saja. But as we want that, kita kena pergi kepada 4 kilang. As a customer, kita pergi 4 kilang, okay, we need to go to Gardenia, we go to Kraft, beli mayo, pergi ladang, beli telur, sayur, pergi kat Cameron Highland. So takes time. Tapi by having these intermediaries ni ada satu Giant for example. Kat Giant ni semua benda ada. Kita masuk Giant dan tak sampai 15 minit kita dah boleh dapat semua barang tu. And then balik rumah kita siap dapat sandwich. Tapi kalau tak ada intermediaries, we have to go to one place to another. Yang ni lah kita panggil, kita kena pergi banyak tempat, it costly. Yang ni kita panggil contact efficient. So dia lagi efficient by having the intermediaries. So contact efficiency. Okay, then we look at the key functions marketing channel perform. So apa tugas-tugas channel marketing channels. So first, the channel functions is constitute a process flowing through a channel performed at different points in time by different channel members. So functions include carrying or holding inventory, generating demand through selling activities, distributing products, engaging in after sales service, and extending credit to other channel members. So channel functions take different form in different points of channel. So first kita tengok, and not every channel members needs to participate in every channel function. The performance of certain channel function is correlated with that of other functions. It is possible to eliminate or substitute for members of the channel but not for the functions they perform. Information sharing is very important to help perform and promote functions better. So it is said that untuk function, the functions of marketing channel, first part tadi dia kata the channel functions is constitute a process flowing through a channel. So this yang mana kita help to make the product available to the customer. So include carrying or holding inventory. So selalunya channel members akan for the marketing channel akan ada product with them. Dia akan ada, they will hold the inventory. And then they also generate the demand by promoting the product. They promote the product. And then they distribute the product. And then help in terms of after sales services. Kalau customer tak suka nak return the product ataupun any complaint. And at the same time, sometimes the marketing channel also extend credit, bagi hutang. Untuk contoh macam wholesaler, dia bagi hutang pada retailer, letak barang dulu kat kedai. So this is something that functions of the marketing channels. So the second part tadi kita tengok not every channel members need to participate in every channel function. Tu tak semua kena buat. Sometimes the certain ni, they just do certain task. Contoh untuk wholesaler, sometimes they don't need to meet the end user. So dia hanya function dia hantar barang pada, dia jual pada retailer. Retailer yang akan jual barang pada end user. So but the thing is that it is possible to eliminate or substitute for members of the channel but not for the functions they perform. So it is possible untuk kita, contoh kita nak eliminate. Kita boleh eliminate wholesaler. Retailer boleh eliminate the wholesaler. Kita boleh buang. Tapi tugas dia masih kena ada orang perform. The members can be eliminated but the function dia mesti ada orang buat. Contoh, wholesaler function dia adalah buy in bulk, buy the product from manufacturer. So kalau kita dah eliminate wholesaler, siapa nak beli barang tu? So someone need to bear the task. So contoh power retailer, dia beli barang direct pada manufacturer. So function tu masih lagi being performed by someone. Tugas tu mesti kena ada lagi, kena ada orang beli. Ataupun contoh bila kita eliminate wholesaler, kita kena manufacturer sendiri kena hantar barang. Logistik semua dia yang kena buat. Dia kena pergi hantar, dia kena buat packaging, hantar pada retailer. So this is where the function mesti kena ada orang buat juga. Masih ada orang kena buat. Ataupun contoh some of the company they want to eliminate retailer. So siapa nak tak ada orang nak jual lah, kita tak ada retailer. So boleh, we can eliminate the retailer. Maybe wholesaler do the task. Wholesaler buka, selain daripada buat wholesale, dia juga jual barang tu kepada end user. So masih menjalankan tugas tapi dia eliminate the members. So it is possible. So but then the information sharing is very important to help perform and promote functions better. So it is very important for the channel members to work together and also have information sharing. Okay, designing channel structures and strategies. So a channel manager conduct analysis to determine the degree of channel intensity, mix of channel types and identities, and use of dual distribution, as well as to close any service or cost gaps. So each segment has level of intensity, the number of channel partners competing for customers, and more intensive distribution makes the product more readily available to all target end users. But it also can create conflict among the retailers that compete to sell it. So the company need to decide the intensity level of channel structure yang kita nak. Apa maksud intensity level? Berapa ramai kita nak ada distributor, berapa ramai yang jual. Contoh, for certain product, kan kita ada 3 jenis intensity level, the distribution, intensity distribution. Satu, mungkin you guys pernah dengar kan, kita dah belajar dalam principle of marketing. Satu, kita ada intensive distribution. Kedua, kita ada selective distribution. And the third one, we have exclusive distribution. So these are the 3 intensity level of distribution. So yang first one, intensive distribution, it is when the company has many sellers. So company ni contoh macam Nestle. Nestle ada ramai jual produk dia. Kita ada macam Gardenia, dia guna the intensive distribution. Everybody can sell the product. But we also have contoh macam Petronas, Shell. This is where we can say that it has selective distribution. Selective distribution means that not everybody can sell the product, tapi yang mana they will choose who can sell the product. So contoh dalam franchising business, yang ni kita ada, yang ni kita panggil selective distribution. So dia pilih dulu, barulah orang dia boleh jual produk dia. So that we can say, tak ada semua orang jual McDonald. Ada yang the selected franchise, selected person can sell it. Macam Shell, Petronas, so macam tu. So yang ni adalah selective distribution. Sekejap ada orang nak join, tengok sekejap ya. Okay, dah join. Okay, then the third one, the intensity, what we call as the exclusive intensity. The exclusive distribution adalah yang mana the company have one seller to sell the product. So normally for expensive product, when the company wants to maintain the exclusivity of the product, yang ni dia akan guna exclusive distribution. So yang ni sellers tak ramai, ada seorang saja ataupun one representative. Contoh kalau kita tengok untuk produk yang mahal, branded high price product, dia akan guna exclusive distribution. Contoh kita tengok macam LV, even untuk produk macam kereta Ferrari, dia ada one distributor saja. Dan kita ada juga, mungkin let's say kalau kita nak beli the most exclusive, nak beli baju Bijan. Beli baju Bijan, you need to go to LA. When you want to have product Oscar de la Renta, you need to go to dia punya Paris. Then you want produk contoh certain apa nama kita panggil produk fine jewelry ataupun fine watches. A certain watch you need to go to the place, kena pergi kat Switzerland barulah kita dapat. Ataupun contoh kalau kat Malaysia kita ada, dia ada authorized dipanggil sole distributor. Contoh kita nak beli LV, dia ada satu saja sole distributor. So kita ada satu sole distributor yang mana dia buka at few places. Contoh kita tengok macam LV, this sole distributor dapat the right to sell in Malaysia. So dia buka lah satu kat pavilion Bukit Jalil, satu pavilion Bukit Bintang, satu lagi dia letak kat KLCC. So dia ada 4 tapi masih bawah one authorized seller. So yang tu kita panggil sebagai exclusive distribution. So dia tak senang orang nak jual. So that whenever the customer wants the product, customer need to go to that place. Susah pun dia akan usaha. Tapi kalau contoh tadi yang intensive distribution, kita tengok macam Nestle produk, Gardenia produk, convenience produk selalunya guna intensive distribution. So for this one, when the company have a product, dia kena tengok which one that suitable. Adakah dia nak guna channel structure dia, nak guna the exclusive ataupun dia nak guna yang intensive ataupun nak guna selective, which one that is suitable. Tengok pada the nature of product and then how what kind of customer that we are aiming. So more intensive distribution makes the product more readily available. So kalau kita guna intensive distribution, senang je, semua customer boleh beli, kat mana-mana boleh jumpa. Tapi kalau kita guna eksklusif, susah untuk customer dapat barang. So customer may take some time to get the product. Kenalah, contoh kita nak dapatkan baju Bijan, kita kena pergi ke LA. Nak baju daripada nak dapatkan beg Hermes Birkin, then you have to go to nak dapat tu kena order dulu, kena dapat reference number, kena ada referee dulu. So this is something that the company choose their channel structure and strategies, and then it normally look at their type of product that they have. Okay, then designing channel structures and strategies. Example, imagine a channel manager seeking to sell a line of fine watches in retail store. Which type of exact identities of channel partners are optimal? So upscale outlets such as Tiffany's or family-owned jewelers. This choice has implication for both channel efficiency and also brand image. If the company also seeks to distribute its product in foreign markets, it needs to choose a distributor that can sell overseas, leveraging its good relationship with local channel partners in the target market. So bila company nak buka nak jual barang dia ni kat satu tempat, when they want to have their channel members, they need to see that. Yang mana yang sesuai. Kalau contoh tadi expensive, fine watches. So dia tak boleh letak je mana-mana, tak boleh letak kat Maidin. Surely dia kena pilih, tengok maybe someone that have the reputation. Dia tak boleh bagi anybody because this person akan jaga nama baik produk dia. So it is something that company need to look at the channel structure and strategies. Okay, then we look at auditing marketing channels. So auditing marketing channels, auditing is a key step in marketing channel system. It happens after identifying targeted segment of end user. So such audits evaluate each available channel member's capability to provide service output efficiently. So contoh dia kata kita ada bulk breaking, quick delivery, special convenience, assortment, variety, etc. Must include both the level and the cost of the service output provided by each channel member. So all members of marketing channel are engaged in the productive activity. So what we are going to look. So the important benefits of auditing marketing channels is the first, detailed knowledge on of the capabilities of each channel members allows them to diagnose and remedy shortcomings in the pricing and provision of service output to targeted segment. So first, bila kita ada auditing marketing channel, satu kita boleh tengok what are the capabilities of our channel members. And then sometimes we also can find what are the shortcomings that they have, apa masalah dia. So from there, we can have a remedy, kita boleh bagi bantuan ataupun we can try to reduce the inefficiency or some problems that they have. Okay, then an audit may identify gaps in service output desired by targeted end user segment, such that service provider can add necessary new channel or revise currently existing ones to address the shortcoming. So tadi kita kita tengok pada capabilities and also shortcomings, and then audit also will identify the gap in service output. So yang ni kita tengok what are the things that we can do to revise ataupun to make it better. So kalau kita tengok there are some maybe we can say that we can add necessary new channel, kita tambah lagi, ataupun we can say that ada masalah kat some of our marketing channel service kita punya mungkin tak berapa bagus. So this is where by having the audit, by looking at we identify the gap in service, kita boleh buat some adjustment to it. We can address the shortcomings. Okay, then the third one, the benefit adalah knowing which channel members have incurred the cost of performing which channel functions help member allocate channel profits equitably. In turn, channel members can better preserve a sense of fairness and cooperation and avoid channel conflict. So the third benefit of having the marketing channels adalah looking at who bear the cost paling banyak. So siapa yang dapat untung lebih. Kita tengok. So from there, we look at those who incurred cost, and then from there we try to the fair that they can happy working with the company, so that dia masih dapat dia akan work together, they will cooperate with the company, and then also at the same time to avoid having the conflicts. So kalau mungkin dia rasa cost dia yang tanggung tapi dia tak dapat banyak benefit, and from there maybe this channel member akan feel the conflict ataupun later on dia akan terminate, tak nak join dah dalam sistem, tak naklah jual produk ni, tak menguntungkan, dia yang kena tanggung cost. So by doing having the audit, kita tengok pada cost, then this is where we can try to make everybody happy, give equitable profitability. So first, we look at auditing marketing channels by looking at the physical possession. So physical possession refers to channel activities pertaining to the storage of goods, including transportation between the channel members. So for service such as online bill payment, physical possession costs should be lower, but they still apply. To channel members who host data. So physical possession maksudnya apa? Barang tu ada dengan dia. So that when they have the product with them, contoh selalunya kita ada wholesaler selalunya dia ada barang tu dengan dia. They have the physical possession of the product. And then during at that time, barang tu dekat dia, kemudian dia akan do the repackage, then bila customer request for the product, retailer request for the product, dia akan hantar. Contoh kita tengok macam Yusof Tayyub as one of the wholesaler untuk dates. Dates ni orang hanya minta selalunya, memang orang perlu, tapi the high demand only during Ramadan. So the product will be available at cost of physical possession are distinct from the cost of physical possession and ownership move together in many channel system. The term commonly used to designate their combined cost is inventory holding cost. So holding cost ni yang mana bila letak barang kat situ, siapa yang tanggung? Yang ni kita kata macam stok tu duduk kat situ, keuntungan tak ada. So this is the cost that been backed by that borne by the wholesaler selalunya. So dia terpaksa letak barang tu kat tempat dia, tunggu orang nak. So sementara barang tu laku, memang dia lah yang kena tanggung. So this is something that physical possession, they have inventory holding cost. Okay, then inventories refer to stock or goods or component used to make them, and they exist for several reasons. Kenapa kita ada inventory? So kena ada, we need to have stocks ataupun goods yang ada ni, kita kena ada inventory, is due to demand surges outstrip production capacity. To smooth production, factories anticipate such surges and produce according to the forecast. So kita tengok sometimes ada orang sekarang barang naik, ada barang orang nak, sometimes ada barang ni orang tak berapa nak. So to make sure that product always available because of the demand surges, so company, so they to make sure that product always available, so kita kena ada inventory, so that whenever the customer wants more, wholesaler ada, walaupun mungkin production stock, the manufacturer mungkin tak produce tapi masih ada barang ni kat tempat wholesale, then wholesale akan hantar pada retail. So this is where they very important for the company have the inventory. Okay, then the second, economies of scale exist in production and transportation. Kenapa kita simpan inventory? Another way it is due to the economies of scale. Contoh kalau kita nak barang ni, kita beli satu saja, tapi kena bayar logistik, kena bayar transportation. Then due to that, dia tak menguntungkan. So by having economies of scale means that producing product, produce banyak. Bila produce banyak, cost, kan kalau belajar ekonomi, kita ada satu kita panggil variable cost, satu fixed cost, dan satu lagi kita panggil total cost. So total cost tu yang semua kita kena bayar, kita kena keluarkan lah untuk produce the product. So for company, in order for them to gain economies of scale, dia kena produce lagi banyak. So that walaupun customer tak minta, kita produce lebih. Sebab apa? By having more production, company can gain economies of scale. Kita dapat produce lagi banyak. So that from there, harga cost akan lagi rendah untuk produk. Cost of production akan rendah. So that customer boleh dapat barang tu pada lower price. Another thing is about economies of scale untuk transportation. Contoh kita bawa lori tapi ambil satu barang saja. Cost untuk lori tu bayar driver, minyak, tol, semua tu masuk. Tapi dalam satu lori ada satu je barang. Kecil je. 1 kilo gula. Tak worth it kan? So it is better we buy penuh satu lori. So that barang tu sampai untung. Cost dia kita kira untuk 2 tan gula. So that cost untuk tu mungkin tadi untuk 1 kilo gula cost dia 2,000 kita kena bayar untuk transportation. Tapi kita ada 2 tan gula, cost dia pun 2,000. So bila kita tengok yang ni kita dapat economies of scale, kita masih dapat keuntungan. Okay, then the third one, when we have the transportation takes time, especially with greater distance between point of production and point of consumption. So kenapa kita kena ada inventory? It is because untuk dapatkan barang tu susah. Tak senang-senang ke? So it's better that we buy, bila kita beli barang, kita beli banyak terus. So that whenever the product in need, product ada demand, ia available. So kalau tak, kena tunggu barang tu sampai. So inventory ni perlu ada supaya whenever they are needed, barang ni available. Because takes time for us to get the product when customer want it. Okay, then another reason why we need to have the inventory is due to the supply and demand are uncertain. Sometimes the demand orang tinggi, sometimes rendah. So kita kena ada stock tu so that whenever the high demand, product is available. Kita able to supply the product. Okay, that's about auditing marketing channels. Then we look at about the tadi pasal inventory. Now we look at the promotion. For promotion, functions take form where we have the personal selling, media advertising, sales promotion, publicity, etc. So these activities seek to increase awareness of the product being sold, educate the consumers and persuade people to purchase the product. So yang ni juga channel function. So kita nak tengok some of the channel members will do the promotion. So they will make sure that they promote the product. They make sure that sometimes the customer aware about the product existence. So this is about promotion. And then the another task that functions of the marketing channel adalah negotiation. So negotiation function is present in the channel if the term of sales or persistence of certain relationship are open for discussion. So negotiation happen bila kita nak jual barang. So before purchase and selling happen, kita kena negotiate dulu. Kita tak boleh dah setuju baru, dah bayar baru nak negotiate kan. So before the purchase happen, before the change of the apa kita panggil the ownership exchange, the title of ownership exchange, kita kena ada negotiation. Kita negotiate dulu. Nak jual berapa, harga berapa. So this is where the customer and buyer and seller kena ada. So untuk channel members, they need to do the negotiation function. Okay, then we have the financing function. Financing costs are inherent to any sale that move from one level of the channel to the other. So typical financing terms for a B2B purchase requires payment within 30 days and may offer discount for early payments. So financing cost ni adalah satu daripada function untuk marketing channel juga. Financing, contohnya adalah when we say that wholesaler selalunya dia akan bagi bantuan kredit, what we call credit assistance to the retailer. Contoh bila wholesaler hantar barang kat kedai, kat retailer, normally retailer don't have to pay immediately. So dia akan bagi macam invoice ataupun kita panggil bill notes saying that okay, dia bagi some specification. Okay, kalau bayar cepat mungkin dia akan bagi certain discount. Contoh 210 net 30 for example. So 210 net 30, let's say kalau bayar dalam masa 10 hari dapat 2% discount. Paling lama boleh hutang, dia kata net 30, maknanya boleh hutang dalam masa 30 hari. So this is the finance functions that been borne by the wholesaler. Wholesaler bagi hutang, boleh hutang dalam masa 30 hari. So retailer tu boleh letak barang tu kat situ, jual barang tu dah laku, contoh barang tu dijual within 10 days. So company tu terus collect the money, dia bayar pada wholesaler akan bagi 2% discount. Daripada harga kalau 100, dia bagi 2%. So tolaklah berapa ringgit? So tolak RM2. So this is something that the financing cost that the company, that the wholesaler ataupun the marketing channel need to perform. So dia tolong bagi kredit. Okay, then risk. Marketing channel also take the risk. So long-term contracts between a distributor and end user may specify price guarantees that lock the distributor to a certain price. If the market price for the product rises while the contract is in force, the distributor lost the revenue. So risk ni yang kita kata taking the risk. Marketing channel take the risk. Let's say barang tu tak laku, barang tu turun harga. Tapi bila beli as agreed, dalam agreement kata harga tu kena bayar ikut that price. Ataupun contoh letak barang kat satu retailer kata barang tu rosak. Then sometimes they have to bear the cost. Yang ni adalah kita panggil taking the risk. Okay, then ordering payment cost. So ordering or payment cost, they are incurred during the actual purchase of and payment for the product. So yang ni the marketing channel take the order and also take the payment. Ambil orang nak berapa barang banyak mana dia ambil, okay, dia tolong belikan. At the same time they also get the payment from the task that they do. Okay, then information sharing. Information sharing takes place among and between every channel members in both routine and specialized ways. So this is where the marketing channels akan work together to share information. Apa sekarang customer suka, what are the end users punya preference, what kind of trend right now. So this is where they will share and then they will try to get the product that are wanted by the customer. So that's information sharing. Okay, then kita break kejap. Kita break 10 minit. Nanti kita sambung pada auditing channel function using efficiency template. Break kejap Okay, madam.
Okay, madam.
Okey, kita sambung balik. Ramai yang tak ada ni. Okey, semua okey
Okay.
Okey, kita sambung. Kita tengok pada the auditing channel functions using a efficiency template. So auditing channel functions using the efficiency template, it is where to audit a channel member's capability to provide each channel function and add value, and at what cost we can use an efficiency template. So this template describes the type and amount of work done by each channel members to perform the marketing function. So tadi kita cerita pasal function ni yang banyak, pasal holding, bagi kredit, holding inventory, semua tu adalah function of the marketing channel. So how to audit the functions of these marketing channel members? So kita ada satu template. So yang ni kita panggil efficiency template. So it is first, this template describe the types and amounts of work done by each channel members to perform the marketing function. So satu, dia akan cerita apa tugas, apa yang dia dah buat. Okay, then the second, the importance of each channel function to the provision of end user service output. Apa yang dia punya function tu bagi pada end user, and the share of total channel profits that each channel member should reap. So apa yang sepatutnya dia dapat, apa yang dia dah buat, and kita tengok daripada efficiency template juga, kita tengok what they are supposedly get. Okay, kita tengok macam mana di efficiency template. So the sample of the efficiency template yang ni yang kosong lah. So contoh tadi kita ada the task ataupun function of the channel members, physical possession, ownership, promotion, negotiation, financing, taking the risk, take the order, make the payment, information sharing. So ni adalah all task of the channel members. So yang ni kita tengok. Then from there kita akan evaluate. So important suite of function. So cost dia berapa, apa dia punya benefit potential, and then kita akan kira the final weight. Okay, then yang ni adalah proportional function performance of channel members. Contoh kita ada satu adalah wholesaler, dua adalah wholesaler number 2, and then number 3 kita ada retailer, then number 4 adalah end user. So kita tengok, kita akan evaluate. So contoh yang ada dalam textbook, it talk about yang ni. So salah satu cara dia guna adalah for CDW's investment in the function. So yang ni dia just tengok untuk bila company buat audit, so dia tengok physical physical possession untuk CDW's. Oh dia ada warehouse 400,000 square feet warehouse. So dia ada tempat untuk letak barang. So we want something that good about it. Then they ship 99% of orders the day they receive. Oh dia dapat barang, dia terus hantar pada tempat. Bila dapat receive orders, dia terus hantar pada di order, mana retailer ataupun siapa-siapa yang order. And then for the government buyers, CDWs has instituted an asset tagging system that let buyers track with which product is going where. Product is scanned into both buyers and CDW databases for later ease in tracking product. And then buys product in large volume from manufacturers, receiving approximately 8 trailer loads of product from various suppliers every day in bulk with few added services. So ni adalah satu tugas yang dibuat oleh CDW, contoh dia tunjuk tadi. So untuk physical possession. So bila kita audit, kita tengok, tertulislah dalam ni, apa dalam template ni. So customer akan, di auditor akan tulis apa tugas dia yang dia buat. So something that we can say, oh this is a good company. Dia ada tugas, dia ada warehouse yang besar, dia do the receive order, dia make the, dia hantar. Once the order been received, dia terus directly hantar. 99% orders immediately been sent. Sekejap ada siapa nak admit, Farouk. Okay, then untuk promotion. So promotion devotes a salesperson to every account even small new ones, so that end users can always talk to a real person about technology needs, system configuration, post-sale service and so on. Dan yang lain-lain tugas dia. So bahagian promotion, dia ada salesperson, and then salespeople go through 6.5 weeks of basic trainings, then 6 months of on-the-job coaching and a year monthly training session. So untuk promotion, maknanya company ni sangat jaga dia punya salesperson. Dah lah dia ada put one salesperson untuk every account. At the same time, each salespeople dia ni memang well trained. And then new hires are assigned to small business account. Salespeople contact clients not through in-person sales call, but through phone and mail. So dia ada promotion dia sangat aktif. So nampak dalam, so bila evaluate, bila kita audit kat template tu kita akan tulis lah. So banyak benda yang dia buat. So ni untuk physical possession, untuk promotion. Then next one, negotiation, financing, risk and information sharing. So ni adalah apa yang dibuat oleh CDW. So the manufacturers akan tengok, wow, this is a very good company yang mana dia dia jalankan tugas dia. The functions been smoothly done by this CDW company. So yang ni dia tengok pada that task. So yang ni dia guna, kita panggil template. Dia ada template, maknanya isi je kat template tu. Okay, that's salah satu cara kita nak audit. Okay, then in summary, the efficiency template is useful for codifying the cost borne and the value added to the channel by each channel members, including the end user. So it can reveal how the cost of particular functions get shared among channel members, indicate how much each channel member contributes to the overall values creation in the channel, demonstrate how important each function is to the total channel performance, and can be a powerful tool for justification for current channel performance or changes. So daripada channel audit ni dah nampak apa yang dia buat kan. So for the manufacturers, mungkin dia nak bila dia evaluate, oh this is a very good wholesale yang mana dia banyak buat function, dia really thorough in doing the task, and then from there mungkin bila company nak bagi certain percentage untuk nak bagi discount pada produk ataupun nak bagi certain amount of profit ataupun sharing, yang ni company akan evaluate, tengok, oh yang ni a good company. Mungkin kita tengok dia bear a lot of cost. Kita mungkin nak company nak tanggung sikit cost dia. Ataupun nak tengok how important the task that been done. Kalau lah contoh CDW tak buat promotion, mungkin produk yang manufacturer produce tak laku. So this is when the company can say CDW is a very, very important company to the manufacturer. Okay, then another auditing style that we can do by evaluating channel by using equity principle. Equity principle is when a member's level of compensation in the channel system should reflect its degree of participation in the marketing function and the value created by such participation. That is, compensation should mirror the normative profit shares of each channel member. So by equity principle ni kata, kita kena tengok apa tugas yang dia buat, and then from there it should be mirror the profit that they gain. So kalau boleh, kalau dia buat banyak tugas, based on equity principle, say that kita kena make sure that they are equitably being apa kita panggil justified lah, bagi dapat untung yang sama. So profit dia mestilah berbaloi. So that this is based on equity principle. Okay, then the equity principle, it is appropriate to reward each channel member in accordance with the value it creates. So contoh tadi, kalau company tengok CDW banyak buat tugas, buat promotion, dia risk, taking the risk, dia bagi finance pada customer. So from there, company need to, based on equity principle, dia kenalah reward. So that dia akan reward the channel members accordance of with the value it creates. Dia create banyak value, menguntungkan company. So company need to rectify, kena bagi, so that it is fair. So jadi in future the CDW wants to work together with the manufacturer. Kalau kita tak equitably reward the company, mungkin in future dia tak nak lah. So it creates strong incentive for channel members to continue generating value. So kalau kita keep reward them, dia rasa it is fair. So then dia akan keep on doing it. So channel members must identify the actual cost that they incur and develop an acceptable estimate of the value created in the channel. So actual profit shares do not match the normative shares suggested by the efficiency template. So something to tengok dalam efficiency template tu mungkin profit harga cost yang dia kena tanggung tu mungkin tak sama. So sometimes we need to make sure that when we have equity principle ni, it is actually a match dengan apa yang tugas yang dibuat oleh our channel members. Okay, then another evaluating channel members by using zero-based channel concept. Zero-based channel start from scratch and it entails recognizing the level of channel functions that need to be performed to generate appropriate service output in the market. So sometimes a zero-based channel may not even exist. To know if you need to design a brand new channel system, follow these questions as possible guideline. So what less or non-valued functions can be eliminated without damaging customer or channel satisfaction? Then are there any redundant activities? Which of them could be eliminated to lower the cost for the entire system? Is there a way to eliminate, redefine, or combine certain tasks to minimize the steps to a sale or reduce its cycle time? Is it possible to automate certain activities and thereby reduce the unit cost required to get products to market even if fixed costs increase? Are there opportunities to modify information system to reduce the cost of prospecting, order, entry, codes generations or similar activities? So yang ni kita guna zero-based channel concept ni sebab boleh tak kita buang certain concept, certain function. Contoh, kita tengok certain function ni mungkin dia tak perlu sangat. Contoh, kita kata kredit. Oh sekarang ni tak ada orang ambil kredit dah. So kita kita tak ada. Kita no giving credit. Customer need to buy immediately. So, ataupun contoh transportation. A certain company dia kata this function maybe not really important anymore. Kita boleh guna 3PLs, kita boleh guna third party level, third party logistik. So transportation tak perlu ditanggung oleh wholesaler, channel members tak perlu tanggung. Tapi apa yang kita ada, kita sekarang ada 3PLs, kita ada third party logistik. So third party logistik ni akan buat. So yang ni kita guna zero based channel concept. Kita eliminate some of the functions that can be taking out. Kita boleh, tapi bila kita nak eliminate, kita nak buang, kita kena tengok it can damage our customer or channel satisfaction or not. Tapi kalau kita buang, okey je, tak ada apa masalah. Contoh tadi transportation, tak apa kita tak guna transport sendiri, kita tak perlukan wholesale to do the transportation task, tapi kita ada 3PLs. So customer kena bayar untuk logistik for example. So yang ni dia costnya customer tanggung, tapi mungkin the price will be even cheaper sebab cost of production ataupun cost of yang the company tanggung mungkin lower. So this is something that we call as zero based channel concept. Kita tengok sama ada kita boleh buang ataupun we can eliminate the less or non-valued functions. Ataupun something kita tengok ada redundant activities. Kalau redundant, baik kita buang salah satu kan. So this is where we look zero based channel concept. Apa kata kita omit that one? Apa kata kita buang, eliminate that one? So kalau dah redundant, maybe kita buanglah salah satu so that we can reduce the cost. Ataupun kalau kita eliminate, redefine or combine, kita combine. Kita tengok semua benda ni macam lebih kurang sama. Kita combine lah. Daripada 3 tugas, dia jadi 1 tugas saja. So from there, we can save more cost. Ataupun dia tengok certain ni kita boleh automate. Tak perlu dah pakai orang ataupun tak perlu banyak kena orang yang kena buat. Contoh macam order processing, kita dah ada software yang boleh buat tadi yang mana dia terus reorder kan. So tak perlu ada function daripada whole retailer nak kena kira stock, and then from after kira the stock, calculate the stock and then make the order. Sekarang ni kita dah ada automate system. Kita dah ada the software where whenever the product is out from the store, dah kita calculate. And then system akan immediately make the orders, repurchase ataupun reorder whenever the amount of stock has decreased. Dia dah cukup certain amount, dah sampai dia punya certain amount, dia akan terus reorder. So that we can automate. So from there kita kata kita boleh guna zero based channel concept. Okay, then sometimes dia dah. Next one kita tengok auditing channels using gap analysis. So for the gap analysis, the first one we have the sources of channel gaps. Gaps in the channel can arise because management has not thought carefully about target and users' demand for service output or about managing the cost of running their channel. The solution is simple. Pay attention to both service gap and cost gap when designing the channel. So gap can arise from limitation placed on even the best intention channel managers. So kita tengok the environmental and managerial limitations. First kita ada environmental bounds. So one of the limitation adalah local legal regulation. Legal condition in the marketplace shape which channel partners a company may choose, that is, if they do not simply prevent the company's access to the market altogether. And then sophistication of the physical and retailing infrastructure may prevent certain types of distribution channel structure. Ataupun kita juga tengok they occur outside the boundaries of company directly involved in the channel and prevent channel members from establishing a zero-based channel. So yang ni adalah di environment, persekitaran yang boleh menyebabkan kita ada gap. Ataupun kita juga ada managerial bounds. It refers to the constraint on the distribution structure that arise from the rules imposed by the company. Typically, the company that manufactures the product, sometimes a desire to control the customer, or simply a lack of trust among channel members prevent managers from implementing a less bounded channel design, and also may reflect lack of knowledge about the appropriate levels of investment or activities. So ada dua situation yang menyebabkan ada gap. Satu environmental, satu lagi daripada managerial sendiri. Sometimes kita lack of knowledge, kita kalau managerial ni kita punya tengok pada the company itself. Sometimes company tak trust. Company tak boleh, dia ada some limitation. Dan mungkin the knowledge tak ada. So yang ni daripada the managerial. Daripada environment, mungkin keadaan legal, rules and regulation. Mungkin the store, the infrastructure yang ada pada kedai menyebabkan kita ada some limitation. So dia menyebabkan ada gap. So gap ni boleh berlaku daripada environmental ataupun managerial. Okay, then type of gaps. So kita ada types of gaps. Satu kita panggil service gap. And kita ada cost gap. Ada dua. So gaps can arise from the limitation. Kita tengok. Gap can arise from the limitations placed on even the best intentioned channel manager. So first kita ada service gap. Service gap exists if the amount of service supplied is less than the service demanded, or if the amount of service supplied is greater than the amount demanded. So sama ada service ni less daripada demand, service less daripada demand, ataupun service supplied greater than demand. So it is about the supply and demand. Kalau supply lebih pun dia akan jadi gap. Kalau the supply, the demand lebih pun dia akan jadi gap. So ada dua-dua. So kita ada SS, kita panggil SS adalah service supply, SD adalah service demanded. So yang ni kita ada tengok contoh tadi. So SD adalah service demanded. SS adalah service supply. So contoh, bila kita ada service demanded dengan besar daripada service supplied, kita akan ada, bila kita ada service gap and no cost gap, ini ada situation where price value proposition are right for a less demanding segment. Tapi bila kita ada service gap where we have service demand more daripada service supply, dan kita ada cost gap pula. Cost gap, this is when an inefficient provided service. So service level are too low and cost too high. Okay, then kita ada service gap as supply lagi besar daripada demand. So kita ada bila no cost gap, price or value proposition are right for the more demanding segment. Tapi bila service gap untuk supply bigger than demand, tapi kita ada cost gap, service level and cost are too high. So apa benda ni? Kita tengok balik ya. So tadi kita ada first cerita pasal service gap. Service gap berlaku bila supply lebih ataupun demand lebih. So kita akan ada service gap. So businesses have to worry about not just their own service output but also the service output of other businesses. When one business offer better service, it charges a higher price for the good it sells, and when another business offer poor service, its prices tend to be lower. So it is also possible to find service gap in more than one service output. It is critical to perform service gap check. Segmentation helps identify which service gap exists for each cluster of potential buyer. So company dia tengok untuk service gap ni, kita tengok not just about our company, kita tengok juga our competitors, the other sellers. So tengok ada tak di demand higher or demand lower, supply terlebih ataupun supply rendah. So something that we need to look at. So from here kita tengok apa berlaku pada company kita dan juga what are the others are facing. So it is possible to find service gap in more than one service output. Okay, then kita ada cost gap. So cost gap ni, a cost gap occurs when the total cost of performing all channel functions is too high, generally because one or more relevant channel functions from physical possession to information sharing are too expensive. So cost gap happen bila harga terlalu mahal. So if channel functions are to be shifted, a gap will result unless the channel member to whom the functions are shifted agrees to perform. High costs are strong signal of cost gap or might exist without any evidence. So cost gap ni bila total cost ni terlalu tinggi. Dan itu kita panggil sebagai cost gap. Okay, so kita tengok combining the gap. So kita tadi ada service gap, kita ada cost gap. It is critical to identify the source of the gap. So if a gap arises solely from the cost side, the channel cannot reduce or increase its service output provision in its effort to reduce the cost. So kita tengok kat mana kita kena identify gap ni berlaku daripada mana, whether it's from service ataupun from the cost. So if the gap daripada cost, so the channel cannot reduce or increase its service output provision in its effort to reduce the cost. Kalau kita tengok cost tinggi, kita tak boleh reduce ataupun increase our service output. Then if the service gap involving too much of particular service output, a cost gap due to inefficiently performed function coexist, reducing the level of service output offered without also increasing efficiency can never fully close the gap. So if a service gap implies insufficient service output combined with a high cost gap, the temptation may be to cut service provision to reduce the channel cost. So kita tengok apa dia punya situation. Satu, adakah kita ada cost gap ataupun kita ada service gap. And then bila kita nak combine ni, kita nak tengok, so we need to make sure that when we do it, kita tak increase another cost. So apa lagi kita tengok here? Cost and service combination also might arise from the links between cost decision and the provision of service output. So the principle of postment and speculation offer a good example. So selalunya bila kita tengok cost terlalu tinggi ataupun tadi service terlalu tinggi, so from there kita ada gap ni kan, gap dia tinggi. So what we do, ada dua situation, postponement and also speculation. Postponement refers to the desires by both firms and end user to put off incurring costs as long as possible. So satu, kita cuba delay, kita postponekan the cost. Contoh macam mana? Okay, let's say kita tengok untuk cost of holding the inventory terlalu banyak. So kalau boleh kita kurangkan kat situ cost dia. Ataupun kita tengok the cost service cost gap kita tinggi kat bahagian delivery. So that this is where we need to postpone. Mungkin postponement kita nak hantar pada customer, kita tak boleh hantar tiap hari. Walaupun ada satu customer nak order, kita kena hantar. Jadi cost dia akan tinggi kan? So what we do, okay, kita collect. Bila dah ada 5 baru kita akan hantar. So that bila transport the product sekaligus saja. So cost akan lagi rendah. Kita hantar 5, tadi kita hantar 1, immediately hantar pada satu tempat. Contoh satu barang kita nak hantar ke Melaka. Satu ke Melaka, satu nak hantar ke Johor. Dan kita ada lagi 2 lagi ke Melaka, ada 2 lagi ke Johor. So sebenarnya kita ada 6. Tapi kalau contoh kita dapat satu order terus hantar. Satu order terus hantar, cost dia mungkin bila kita ada transportation akan tinggi. Kalau kita delay, kita postpone, okay, dalam masa 2 hari kita collect semua. 6 kita ada. Dan kita hantar direct satu transport saja. 3 kita hantar kat Melaka tadi. Kemudian 3 lagi kita terhantar ke Johor dan terus balik. So cost of distribution, cost of logistik kita tadi, cost of delivery tu lagi rendah. So this is what we call as the postponement. Kita try to reduce the cost. Okay, then speculation involve producing goods in anticipation of orders rather than in response to them. So cara untuk kita nak reduce the cost, another thing is about when we try to look at speculation. Apa agaknya akan berlaku? So this is when we already make the orders earlier. Kita tahu okay nanti nak hari raya, nanti nak Christmas. Contoh nak Christmas, apa selalunya orang nak. So company will make the orders based on what normally happen. Bukannya in response, orang nak baru kita cari, then maybe kita kena cost incurred akan lagi tinggi. So company need to have speculation. Okay, then kita tengok pada this is example untuk gap analysis template untuk CDW. So dia tengok pada example service demanded, they have the versus service supplied by CDW, SD dengan SS. Service demanded, small business buyer, dia ada bulk breaking, demand dengan supply equal. And then untuk special development, original equipment, S equals to D. And then kita ada post sale service juga high, where we have the service equals to demand. Okay, then we have the untuk delivery waiting time, original equipment is medium, where we have service supply higher than service demanded. Tapi our post sale service equal. Okay, then untuk assortment variety, we have M, where we have the medium is that service supply higher than service demanded. Untuk customer service, H kita ada, it means that we have service supply equal to service demanded. So tak ada gap lah maknanya. Kalau yang tadi untuk assortment variety, kita ada gap. Untuk information sharing, kita dapat H masih tak ada supply demand sama, so kita tak ada gap. Dan kita ada majority channel for segment value added such as CDW or retailer. Okay, then kita ada untuk segment large business buyer. So kat sini kita tengok dia adalah low, L. So this is, it happens when supply more than demand untuk bulk breaking. Then maknanya kita ada gap. And then kita ada untuk special convenience, original equipment, no gap. Post sale service, kita ada gap L, where we have supply more than demand. Then kita ada waiting delivery time, kita tengok original equipment M means that where we have supply more than demand. Wholesale, kita ada L, supply more than demand juga. And then untuk assortment variety, no gap. So kita tak ada gap. Supply sama dengan demand. Then customer service, kita ada M where we have supply more than demand. Information sharing, kita ada supply more than demand, ada gap. Then major channel for segment, manufacturers direct or large resellers such as CDW. Okay, then we have government education. So yang ni adalah segment yang company jual lah. Tadi kita ada small business buyer, company ada large business buyer, dan the third customer dia adalah government ataupun education. So untuk bulk breaking, dia ada gap, supply more than demand, special convenience, original equipment, no gap. Then delivery waiting time, yes, original equipment kita ada gap. Supply more than the demand. Wholesale service, supply more than the demand. Then we have assortment of variety. Untuk government, kita ada average where we have supply more than equals to demand. Untuk customer service pun tak ada gap. And then information sharing, no gap. And this is where we can, for major channel for segment, manufacturer, direct or reseller, appropriates 20% from small businesses. So this is about the gap analysis. Tapi saya rasa untuk gap semua ni, you guys don't have to worry. This is just for knowledge. Tak akan keluar dalam soalan exam lah. Don't worry about this. Yang ni selalunya kalau kita betul-betul dah kerja kat dalam manufacturer kat wholesale, benda ni lah baru betul-betul nanti you akan in practical buat. Okay, then so cost gap analysis template. So this is where we have channel, CDW direct to buyer. Then we have the channel member and function perform, manufacturer, CDW, small business buyer, and the environmental or managerial bounds. So here we have no screening of recruit for expected longevity with firm. And then we have the maknanya managerial bounds. And then the gap dia adalah managerial bounds. Then untuk cost gap, promotion, sales force and training turnover. So cost dia yang tinggi bahagian promotion. So apa yang plan techniques for closing gap? Macam mana kita nak reduce gap ni? So better screening of new recruits. Sebab apa? Kita kata tadi gap dia untuk cost gap, ramai kita kena bayar lebih untuk promotion. At the same time, cost untuk training. Turnover pun tinggi, ramai orang berhenti. So apa yang perlu buat? Better screening of new recruits. Kita pilih dulu, pekerja yang nak ambil ni kita kena betul-betul pilih. So ini cara untuk reduce the gap. So do actions create another gap? No, buying from CDW closes gap for customer at risk. Okay, then situation number 2. CDW direct to buyer. So apa function dia? Manufacturer, CDW, CDWG, large business or government buyer. Apa masalah dia? What are the gap? The environmental, E ataupun managerial bounds. So dia ada dua-dua. The bounds, the problem dia environmental, government requires 20% of purchases from small vendors. And then untuk managerial bounds, no screening of recruits for expected longevity with firm. Then apa kita punya cost gap? Untuk cost gap, kita ada promotion force, negotiation, also cannot close 20% of deals with the government. So apa cara kita nak buat? What can be done? How to close the gap? Better screening of new recruit and also rely on consortium channel structure. Okay, this is example macam mana kita buat di template cost gap analysis. So kita kena tengok dulu apa dia punya cost environmental and di managerial bound, apa masalah. Dan daripada tu kita tengok gap dia. And then from gap kita cuba cara how to reduce the gap, how to close the gap. Okay, then make or buy channel analysis. So it offers a structured approach. In the base case, the manufacturer rarely should vertically integrate a downstream function because it is typically inefficient to do so. However, a manufacturer should take responsibility for a wider set of functions in the channel if it has sufficient resources and could increase its returns on investment over time through integration. Okay, then last part kita akan tengok auditing omni-channels. So auditing omni-channels, with an omni-channel audit, the auditor seek to check and ensure that the mirrored channel are functioning seamlessly to deliver a cohesive customer experience. So consumer generally perceive that they are dealing with a single entity. So they demand consistency among channels. Okay, then example, Disney, US Global. So Disney offer a seamless omni-channel experience. They have a user-friendly website, and Disney encourages consumers to use mobile devices to maximize their experiences during actual visit to its theme parks. For example, with the My Disney app, they can purchase fast passes or obtain real-time dining and attraction information, including wait times for rides. Their phones function as hotel keys to the Disney resort hotels too. And then Disney is extending the omni-channel experience to its retail store by integrating its wanted storytelling experience with technology, live streaming the famous Disney Main Street parades in stores, and training store employees to interact with customers similar to the way staff members in the park do to bring the Disney experience to life. So ini cara mana cara company try to have to give the kita panggil seamless experience so that the customer feel that they are using by going to Disney contohnya, Disney bagi you seamless omni-channel experience. Everything is easy for you. Contoh kita nak masuk je, kita dah ada app. Tiket kita pun dia tak perlu dah nak check. Dia bagi kita satu gelang tu yang mana you can scan wherever you go, and then this is where whenever you want to check information boleh tengok kat apps so that it will help you. And then contoh sometimes you are not sure about something, boleh Google je, kita boleh tengok dia ada, dia bagi information. So this is an example of omni-channel experience that Disney offer. So steps involved in omni-channel audit, first kita kena understand brand presence by analyzing distribution depth and breadth. Then analyze service gap in each channel, analyze the synergy across the channel, and then we track cross-channel activity. Then auditing omni-channels, first kita tengok distribution depth. Distribution depth refer to the ease of finding a brand within a particular channel or outlet. So kat mana dia ada, senang tak kena cari. And then we also look at the distribution breadth. For distribution breadth, it is refers to the brand coverage or the ease of finding a source for it, whether online or in store. To achieve this, the manufacturer needs to make its brand available in multiple venues. So kat mana contoh distribution depth, it is about kalau kat tempat tu ada banyak mana barang kat situ. Contoh dia banyak brand, dia banyak variety of product. Untuk distribution breadth, this is senang, ada banyak tempat tak barang kita nak cari. Contoh ada banyak kita tak boleh beli kat kedai ni, kita ada online or at store. So something, kalau company to make it easy for the customer, by having the omni-channel style kita guna online. So customer tak boleh beli kat kedai, yes, it is available. Customer can have the product easily. So by giving the distribution breadth. Okay, then metrics for measuring omni-channel distribution breadth and depth. So untuk breadth matrix, we look at number of online and number of offline and online outlets in which the brand is available. Then we look at percentage of outlet in which brand is available for purchase. And then brand is present in the largest, most prominent outlet. Then presence of a brand app and number of app downloads. And then ease of finding brand in online searches. So yang ni breadth matrix. Untuk depth matrix, kita tengok pula number of outlets where brand maintains a store within a store. And then average number of units carried per outlet compared with total brand units. And then kita tengok share of shelf space relative to competition. Position of brand in retailer search result page. Option to buy online or pick up in store. And then also sales support available in stores. So yang ni kita tengok untuk measure the omni-channel depth and breadth. So how we tracking cross-channel competencies? First, we look at each organization configured according to how consumers shop. Are in-stock employees credited with online sales? Are pricing and promotion aligned across channel? And are ordering and return capabilities aligned across channel? So this is about tracking cross-channel competency. Then takeaways adalah just summary. So that's all for today. Ada soalan nak tanya? Any question? Okay, kalau macam tu, thank you for joining. Don't forget to sign your attendance. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, Sophia? Nah. Chapter 1. Oh, saya tak sempat nak buat, tapi dalam minggu ni saya cuba sebab last week kita sibuk dengan ATP dengan ni. Saya akan bagi dalam this week sorry saya terlupa nak, memang terlalu engross dengan my ATP baru ni. Jadi saya akan bagi. Okay.